Hello there and welcome back to Spain. Sorry for, well, messing up last time, giving you a short episode due to it. The recording was about 22 minutes long, so I really ended up screwing up how long the recording actually had been running without making any sense. Or, as far as I could see it, I didn't actually do any other talking in the parts that I have removed, so that should be fine. But as I was saying here, we're currently at war with Afghanistan and Mali, and also Castille and Uzbek, with the goal here just being... Madurai entered the military coalition. Nice. They were basically my target to attack Gujarat, but let's see, anyone else I can use? Jaunpur probably. So that should work out just fine. Shan, Delhi, and Gujarat. So I'll probably use Jaunpur then to make that work. But for the time being, I'll have to do some sieging due to the fact that apparently I need some war score to be able to end this war with Afghanistan, and the only way to actually get that war score is basically through sieging, due to the fact that Afghanistan do not actually want to give me what I want simply by battles, or I do not get actually an actual war score from these battles, so I'll have to do it through force and force alone. But that shouldn't actually be a problem. So for the time being, sieging is definitely the way to go, and once I actually have finished the sieges that are necessary to get the results that I want to get here, I'll get back to you, I guess. But for now, all that I will be doing is purely getting sieges done. So we'll see how this actually ends up, or if I can get what I want is probably more like it. So while I do these sieges, I'm pretty sure that is basically it, more or less. I see Afghanistan. Can I get what I want? Yes, I can. And that is basically these three provinces here. They will be expensive, especially for the provinces or the nations that are in the area, but I can live with that. And now we can also make our peace deal here with Malva. And I'll be taking these three and trying to hand them over to West Berar. And I'll also be forcing them to give up a bunch of cores, because, well, that helps. And I just realized that I forgot to set both of these guys as rivals, which is kind of bad because it makes it cost quite a lot more. But there we go. For the time being, I'll have some issues with selling provinces because they will be I will have quite the high overextension, over 100%, until I actually manage to sell all these. So while I do that, just hang on with me. Yes, apparently my guess was correct that I can sell provinces as long as they are of the right culture. So that is quite nice. So I'll have to wait another 4 months before I can sell the next province, but that's just about fine. I can get my troops back home in that time and reorganize them. So as far as I'm concerned, that's not a problem at all. The only problem here, well, I'll send these guys into Gore, so I can actually keep them here in my vassal territories. Colonial entered a military coalition, and not really that surprising, but kind of annoying. Can't live with that. Also taking the next idea here in the religious idea, stability cost modifier minus 25%, pretty damn good. And it seems that I could also have invested in administrative power or administrative tech if I had wanted to, but I did not, so that kind of sorted itself out. As you can see here, the colonization efforts of this area here is coming along pretty nicely. I still need a colonist though. So yeah, I guess I'll just continue colonizing north, then south, and then we'll probably get ourselves another explorer and explore this area here. I guess I can declare war now on these guys. I guess I simply have to send... wow, that's a lot of men. Or a lot of manpower that is currently being wasted by having people just standing there for no good reason. So yeah, I guess I'll split it up this way, send 7,000 that way. I'll also send these guys by ship. And then we'll vassalize. We'll go ahead and vassalize Ashanti. I think that should work out just fine. So I'll join those two up, use them basically as a sieging squad. And other than that, I guess there's not that much else to say. What I will be doing here is, I guess, coring my colonies. I believe it can help a little bit, or it will make things a little bit prettier, especially in the overextension screen. But for the time being, I will be. Knight enter the military coalition. That's not really a surprise, really. Or I don't know why it's really twice, but I can live with that once again. So yeah, I'll keep most of my armies on the eastern side because we'll be fighting mostly, most of the fighting will happen there, I guess I should say. So that should work out fine. People are pleased, love and devoted. Tolerance of true fight is boosted, which is also a very positive thing for me. And once that diplomat gets home, we'll be selling, I believe this is the one with the highest amount of overextension, so of course we'll be selling that one. And I'll be selling, I guess, as many of these provinces as possible, and then we will be declaring war on most likely Jaunpur, as it were. So I'll just wait for the 8th of July to see if I can actually get this one sold as well. I do doubt it. Yes, that I was correct in my assumptions. Let's see, can I sell this one? Probably not as well. I could actually sell that one, so that's good. But as you can see, Baluchistan is growing, and Persia is definitely a target of war. I simply have to find quite a colonial. So both of them are in the coalition against me, so I can't actually sneak my way into a war with either of them, as is the way I've been doing things so far. So Jaunpur is allied with Gujarat and Shan and Delhi. Delhi and Shan are definitely not targets right now, but Gujarat definitely is. So what I'll definitely try to do in this war is take these 3 provinces here, I think, and that should be enough. I'll send them all to Bamanis, so that should be fine. So, damn the hiccups. We'll go along, or we'll just get the war declaration out of the way and go right to sieging. So this should be a pretty interesting short war. As you know, the target here is definitely the this state here. So it'll be interesting to see if I get what I want or not. But I usually do, so I kind of imagine it will be a pure slaughter, more or less. So yeah, there we go. They do not have any more troops left, and with that I can just go ahead and set up sieging squads, and also get troops basically for protection. As I said, protection for the rest. So with that, I'm pretty sure we have set up everything we need in this area. Apparently I need another sieging squad. I'll use these guys, and we'll be dealing with Jaunpur further down the line. Apparently Magyar joined in as well, which makes things a little bit interesting. So let's see here. Apparently the coalition ended up joining in. No. Yes, what? So Shan joined the war, and in return coalition joined the war. So let's see, Jaunpur is actually what? Are you guys vassals of someone? No. Then why the hell did the coalition members join in? None of this makes any sense, to be honest. But I can make a peace deal. No, I can't actually make an individual peace deal with Gujarat for some damn reason. A member of a coalition can never sign a separate peace. So apparently I've patched that coalition members can, or that I can make peace with them through means of warfare. So apparently the only thing that I declared war on here was, well, nothing except trouble. And that kind of hurts me quite a lot. So in an attempt to try and... Why the hell are there 7,000 men standing in that province? I thought that well... Nothing is going as planned. Where are my... Go to Seville. Yeah, I do sound a lot of... you do hear a lot of anger right now, because I am kind of angry. Because these guys are hurting the rebels that will sooner or later pop up there. But for the time being, I can at least deal with Ashanti to get myself into a happy place, so to speak. But yeah, I'll be sieging Gujarat, and then I'll probably go for simply the white piece here if I can't actually take anything that they own in this case. So we'll see how that goes. As you can see, I've finally gotten Ashanti as a vassal, so that's quite nice for me. And with that, I think I'll just go straight ahead and declare war on Mali. It doesn't really matter, because of the fact the wars that I'm currently fighting, it seems that I won't actually get anything out of them, or the wars that I'm currently fighting in India here. But at least I'm kicking the asses of the enemy troops. So once these sieges are done, I'll definitely start doing some more serious hunting down of the enemy armies, and that should be, well, very good. I'm a little bit concerned here, as I said. I can actually make peace for these guys' provinces, so that's actually quite nice. But unfortunately, it's Shan that is war leader, so I'll probably have to hurt their armies quite bad, and mostly likely go and siege their capital to be able to actually get anything out of this. But to be honest, that doesn't even matter right now because I will do some pretty horrible battles against Mali, which will take a while. I'll probably go ahead and erase most of these these guys' armies. So this will probably end up being just your everyday, well, war, I guess I could say, at least to some extent. So it should be a funny thing. But yeah, I'll definitely now, as I said, focus on fighting Mali. They do have a lot of troops, so it could be a very interesting war indeed. They'll reach Gabu on the 13th of September, and there we go. First, some of my province calls actually finished up. And as you can see here, my armies are definitely wrecking the enemy here. And thus, I'm pretty sure that this army will not survive that hit, will it? Simply on sheer numbers. But if I join it up with another one, they will be able to survive, as it were. But yeah, I'll definitely be focusing on simply sieging my enemies here, and then we'll see how it all turns out. But for now, I'm pretty sure we will be able to get what we want, more or less. So we'll see how it turns out. But as I said, we'll probably get the provinces that I want to actually, and then hand them over to Ashanti. That's the goal, and that's what we'll do. But for the time being, as I said, there are some issues to deal with in this area here, and that is mostly just due to the coalition that decided to erupt or turn up. So we'll see how we'll probably get the 3 provinces I went after, even though the coalition members ended up joining in. Apparently, I did not get a warning that there were any rebels in my lands. That is the funniest part about that, but I guess I can go ahead and slot them anyways. So, did I... Wow, there's a lot of things that are currently just going over my head. I seriously need to take probably a break. This is actually the last episode of this recording session, so I'm a little bit dizzy, a little bit tired. So please forgive any misfits. But as of now, I'll just go ahead, finish these 2 wars, and then we'll see. What we figure out afterwards. Apparently, the coalition didn't actually want to fight me that much, because as you can see, I will be taking these 3 provinces without too much fuss. The only thing that I really need to wait for now is for the war against Mali to end, because if not, I cannot sell the provinces. And in order for this war to win, and I need to at least siege these 2 provinces here. So apparently, the Umbrian Patriots are still being kind of a arse to me here. So I definitely need to deal with both rebels and everything else now, and then we'll see how we are standing. But I'm pretty sure we will be doing pretty great afterwards. And yes, as you know, the only thing that's basically between me and a peace deal right now is the siege of Mali here. So we'll be focusing on that. So yeah, basically now I have sieged everything that I want from both sides. So we'll be, I think, taking just these 2 for the time being, because of the fact that, as you can see here, the overextension is basically on the limit of what I can hand over as far as I know. So we'll be taking these 2 along with having them give up at the core. So that's fine in that war. In this war, we will, as you know, take these 3 provinces here. And apparently I have 7 more, but I can't actually force them to give up any claims anywhere. So we'll go ahead and force those demands as well. So we've basically gotten quite a lot, or quite a bit, some large pieces of new land here. So what I'll be focusing on is getting these lands over on the hands of someone else. And apparently here, they're not in the same religious group, and that is apparently enough to them not wanting to buy it. So that's kind of an issue for me here. I might actually have to call this one for myself, or even worse, sell it, release Mebar or something. Could be a bad thing, both of those really. So might actually have to sell this one. I have no idea how much overextension it actually gives me, just that one. It actually just gives me 8%, so I might keep it for the time being, and we'll see if I can get a vassal that I can actually hand it over to. But it seems that I actually have to send this army here to deal with these annoying rebels. But for the time being, I'll just focus on selling the other provinces here, and then we'll deal with things as they go, more or less. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I should be able to sell all of these, or most of them at the very least. Let's see, Ashanti will be selling you that one, and probably a couple of others too, once we, or as time passes. We'll have to figure it out. Rebels have unfortunately not risen here yet, but I'm pretty sure they will rise sooner or later. We'll just have to wait and see, more or less. So yeah, that's basically it. I have been, or gotten most of the provinces off my hands. Ashanti has gotten there too. Mali entered the coalition against me due to this, which isn't really that surprising, all things considered. But there is a positive thing with this. Persia has left the coalition against me, which means that they are definitely next up for warfare here. And as you know, these three are Balochistan cores, so I'll be taking these three, along with most likely these two. That should be enough to, I'm pretty sure that they can handle that. But there is an issue here with Khorasan, or the Khorasan nationalists, and the fact that I can't actually get my troops over there, which is currently causing me some issues. But nothing that I actually can't handle, so that's at least fine. Vinagya is still in the coalition, and this is kind of fun. The coalition against me is mostly overseas. Europe doesn't actually care what I do over here, which is kind of surprising, but I don't care. I find it hilarious that they do not actually give a damn. And also the funny thing is that Ottoman doesn't actually care either. But with this, I can to some extent start causing some severe problems for these guys. Afghanistan, not in the coalition, so I can declare war on them. And there's a couple of others that I can potentially use. Delhi, Chagatai, Nepal, Bundelkhand, Assam, Tibet. There's a lot of people here that basically can use to get people into wars with me. And next time we'll probably go for a war against Persia and Afghanistan both, simply to grow Balochistan. And we'll probably also declare on Delhi and someone else, simply due to the fact that they have allies like Vinagya and stuff like that. Vinagya is definitely going to feel it next time, because Baman is the only way they can core now is down south, so they'll definitely be. Vinagya is definitely going to feel next time. We'll probably take 3 provinces, probably these 3 along the coast here, and Ceylon is also someone that I can attack simply due to the fact that they are overseas. They are not in coalition against me. They're allied with Gujarat, so basically attacking them too to get my border here is definitely of interest to me. And it's also kind of an interest to me to keep Gujarat alive, at least a little bit, or basically keep someone alive. Afghanistan, I'll probably just feed them all the way down here, and then if there's still sunny provinces like the ones that Malwa holds, I'll probably go ahead and feed them to Afghanistan or someone else that I actually forcefully vassalize in the area. I'll deal with that when the time comes. And Bengal here is probably the one I'll vassalize for Buddhist if they do not hate me too much by then. But that is the plan. We'll see how things turn out. I do have a lot of ducats now, so that's at least fine. I'll probably do some upgrades to my navy and armies here. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. I'm also very interested in seeing how, well, not how Russia's doing, but how many troops they have now, because I haven't actually checked in quite a while. They probably have around, I actually thought they would have around 300k, but they're basically stagnating now, and I'm growing ahead of them, which is quite interesting to see. Ottomans also have quite a few troops, so I can potentially get myself into war with them. But if I do get into war with Mamluks, Syria will definitely be released, and I'm kind of still wondering when people will rise up here, because they haven't in quite a while. So, or they haven't actually at all. But I've been talking a lot, so I'll stop it here. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.